Hi, Fossil families. First of all, welcome to Fossil. I know we're kind of in the middle of week 3 already and we're going by super fast. My name is Sarah Hauer. I just want to start off by saying thank you. This is a crazy different time, and I know that students and you all have challenges that you're facing, and so I really appreciate all the flexibility and communication and support that I'm already getting and getting to learn your students. Their strengths and their weaknesses and how to help them and all that stuff. So I really appreciate you all communicating with me already about that kind of stuff. I'm not going to go into a ton of detail here. I have posted these slides that I'm using on my class learning page, so you can go back to them if you'd like. My kind of general teaching philosophy is number one, to provide a safe learning environment for your students. I hope that I am approachable for them. I really encourage them to advocate for themselves and communicate with me if anything is going on. I always tell them that I'm happy to help, but I can't help if I don't know that they need it. So sharing that with me is really helpful for them to communicate. My kind of big takeaway for students, if they don't learn any biology at all, I hope that they can leave my class being able to evaluate information in the world around us, especially about science, and be able to make decisions based on that, so that they can go out and be successful as human beings in the world. So that's kind of my philosophy. Our grade breakdown in this class is weighted, and 70% is their daily assignments, 15% is their bio learning site, which is kind of going to be their assessment for this class, as we're not doing traditional tests or quizzes. And so that is always what they're going to be working on Fridays during their asynchronous learning, is kind of putting together their learning, answering essential questions, and providing evidence of their learning. And then the last 15% is going to be labs. If I require, first of all, I will never require you to buy materials or provide materials, but I'm trying to make as many hands-on options as possible. So if there is a hands-on lab that your student wants to do, but maybe you don't have the materials for any reason at all, I'm happy to help and troubleshoot that. But we will be doing labs as best as we can, virtually or not, and they will be doing write-ups to practice their science writing. Late work, because of the virtual situation, we are accepting late work until the end of the unit for full credit. That also goes for work that gets redone. So if they don't do as well as they want and they would like to show mastery of that learning, I'm happy to regrade it. I'm just asking that students use the late work submission form that's posted on Google Classroom to let me know that they have resubmitted something that's already been graded. And they actually don't need to email me. That form sends me an email, so that kind of does double duty if they email me as well. Any work submitted after the end of the unit without an extension or communicating with me will earn only 60% credit, so no full credit after the end of the unit. Gradebook codes are listed here. I won't kind of go into them, but missing assignments, I will say, if you see an MI on your student's gradebook, that is something that can still be turned in for full credit by the end of the unit. So that one's an important one. I take attendance on Microsoft Teams during our synchronous meetings, and that captures the student logins. And so I can see when they log in, when they leave the meeting, how long they stay, all that information. If they're marked absent for any reason, whether they're actually there or not, they should fill out the attendance correction form to get that corrected. And I check that at the end of the week on Fridays, and I fix any attendance issues on Fridays all at once. So going to my learning page to give you guys a quick tour of that. My contact information is listed across the top here. I have office hours on Fridays by appointment. I'm happy to meet with students and help support them, or just have conversations with you at any time on Friday. Here is the link to the slides that I just showed you if you'd like to revisit those. And then I also have links to Google Classroom, Teams, and our biology calendar for the course. The calendar is a great resource. Anything in yellow is synchronous activities, and anything in blue is an asynchronous task or assignment they should be completing. And then also linked in the calendar are the agenda slides. And one last resource I want to share with the agenda slides is that I make videos explaining all of the asynchronous tasks and assignments, and those are always linked in the name of the assignment under asynchronous tasks on the agenda slide. So if they have questions, that's usually the first place that I'm going to direct them to, is to watch that video, and then I'll come back and answer any questions that they may have. I also have 2 videos linked under Google Classroom and Microsoft Teams if you want a tour or a tutorial on using either of those 2 programs. Assignments are on Classroom, and then our synchronous meetings are on Teams, but those are 2 videos of me explaining the best way to use those 2 platforms to be successful in biology. And then last thing was remind information if you or your student would like to receive reminders from me about due dates and upcoming announcements or updates, things like that. So again, I really appreciate your flexibility in communication and support, and I hope to have a great year with you and your students, and hopefully see them in person one day this year. So have a great night.